It's 6:44. I'm Derek hanging out with you. And this may kind of be like what I talked about last week, and it definitely has some tie-ins. Last week I talked about common decency, what happened to it, because it's true. You're driving around, you see somebody that needs help, nobody wants to stop and help them. I've seen tons of people like that. They need help, and nobody stops, and then you finally help, you stop, and then everybody else does. It's just one of those things. Now, this goes along with that, and it's manners. Manners. What happened to manners? It used to be, you'd hold open a door for somebody and they'd give you a smile, say thank you. Well, the other day, I don't know why, but it's just something, I always get stuck holding the door. I'm like the doorman. Because I do it. I always feel bad if it just shuts in front of somebody, so I hold open the door. The other day, I'm at the gym, I hold open the door, and these two girls walk in. One goes in the door that I'm holding open, she says thank you. The other girl kind of walks in, looks at me, gives me a dirty look, and then pauses awkwardly and then goes through the other door. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, sure. Kind of made me wonder a little bit. I was like, okay, what's going on with that? And then, again, I'm the door holder, so I got stuck holding open the door again. And this family walked through. The only person to acknowledge me was the mom. It was a dad and 2 or 3 kids, and 2 kids were on their phones, of course, with their faces down on their phones. And I was just surprised. I was like, really? I'm not saying that you have to, well, no, you should. You should thank people when they hold open the door for you or, something like that. I just was blown away. I was like, what is going on? The only person to, even acknowledge me, look at me, was the mom. And she just kind of smiled at me and was like, thank you. Like a brief little thing. And I'll take that. I'll even take just a common little smile, or head nod or something like that. You're like, hey, thank you for doing that. But it's just one of those things, what's happening to manners? We got decency going out the window. We got manners going out the window. Yes, they're kind of the same thing. I get that. But also they're kind of not. They're separate. We could debate that all day. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. It's just random stuff like that, Somebody says, you sneeze in a store and say, bless you. I've surprised quite a few people. They sneeze when I'm grocery shopping or whatever. I'm like, oh, bless you. They kind of give me a look like, oh, well, thank you. Oh, people still do that? Yeah, they do. Or maybe you just need to hang out with me more. I don't know. I'm not saying I'm the greatest guy in the world, but I try to do some manners. I think they need to be in this world. Especially, and I'm not trying to be an old curmudgeon again, going, kids these days. But I've just noticed a lot of kids these days don't hold open doors. I mean, there's been countless times where I'll be right behind somebody, or my wife will be right behind somebody, and they open up the door and then just keep walking through, and the door shuts. And I'm like, really? You knew I was right behind you. So there's that. My rant on manners. We could go. I could talk all day about manners, just because I could, but we won't. So there you go. Thanks for sticking with me. Stick around. We got Beyond.